Welcome to the check-in.
Welcome to the check-in.
Before we get into anything, we have a couple disclaimers for you guys.
Absolutely.
First of all, we are not mental health professionals.
We are not. So if you are having a mental health issue, emergency, please contact a mental health professional.
And if you are feeling suicidal or a loved one of yours is experiencing some suicidal ideations, the National Suicide Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. And one last thing. We are grown women.
We are extra grown.
Extra grown. So sometimes we are going to express ourselves in some suggestive language. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram.
Gang.
At the Check-In Twins. All right. Stay blessed.
Stay black.
Stay excellent.
Stay awesome.
Stay perfect.
Stay that beautiful galaxy you are.
Stay that beautiful galaxy that you are.
Thanks, guys. Let's jump into this content.
Let's jump into the content.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
So, this is starting our new series.
Yeah.
Relationships. So, this first episode is going to be about work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have to say, for me personally.
Wait. Huh? How you doing, friend?
I have to say for me. I was doing great before I was interrupted.
I'm ready to quit.
Kidding.
I can't work under conditions like this.
Okay.
Speaking of which, work conditions.
Oh, you don't like working with me?
You're great.
Okay.
You're
Are
fantastic.
you sure? Because I feel like you're lying.
I can't tell a lie. I'm Abe Lincoln.
Okay.
What was
Sorry.
what was so funny?
Whoa, okay, so
Wow.
we're gonna start with you.
Me?
Yeah, I got too much energy today apparently. So
Oh, girl.
in regards to your relationships at work,
Yes.
how are you doing, friend?
Friend, I'm struggling
Why are you struggling?
because I keep getting tested on a daily, hourly, minute by minute basis at my job. And that did deserve a snurf.
It did.
Because it is like I'm in a point in my life where I'm realizing that I really need to work for myself. Because other people's personalities, energies, like, are not conducive for me to be efficient in a workplace. Like, if they are like really type A, frantic, like everything is just over exaggerated and chaotic, I can't work like that. Like, I can't be in a constant environment of stress.
So would you say you enjoy working on a team, just like a functional team, or would you actually really be an isolated worker?
I would rather be an isolated worker. I can work in a team. I am a team player, but I think because I suppress a lot of my emotions at work, it just eats away at me.
Okay.
So I really struggle with trying to find a good balance with, like, telling people, hey, don't try me. And of course I'm a professional.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just...
Try me, I light up.
Exactly. I'm not a killer, but don't test me like I am. So I really don't want to have to, like, go off at work, but I have a lot of situations where people are just stressing me over stuff that's not even my problem.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, shut up. Leave me alone. I came here to do my job and then go home.
Right.
I'm not trying to do your job, their job, his job, her job, their job.
Unless you're trying to give me his check, your check, her check.
Like, I am also in a position where I'm not getting paid my worth. And that is, in and of itself, that is another internal battle. It's just like, I went through all these years of schooling
Right.
and y'all paying me pennies. I'm in the poverty. Like what? I'm in the poverty bracket. How dare you?
Not the poverty bracket.
Like, I just don't know how to move at work sometimes because I am constantly stressed out. I always want to pop off on people, but I need to stay professional. I need to be an example. I need to show my competence as a Black woman in the workplace.
Yeah.
Like, I have to go above and beyond and work twice as hard so they don't think a certain way about all of us because of me.
Right.
And it's exhausting. What about you, friend?
Well, I have to say, in general, I've not been in the workforce that long.
What you mean?
Privilege.
Oh, no.
I will ring my privilege bell. I didn't start working. I did not start working until I was 20. And my first job was, I want to say, my favorite job still. It was so fun. It was so cool. Since then, I've only worked at 2 other places.
Yeah.
I am in IT. So it is a male-dominated field. I definitely have had some issues with some men that were in charge of me that did not speak to me in a way that was appropriate, in a way that was conducive to me working and not feeling like the person I'm working for does not respect me. Which is essentially why I left my previous job, was because when I tell you my mental health was just pushed to the limits, I distinctly remember I would go to sit in my car on my lunch breaks. I wouldn't even eat. I would just go sit in my car and cry. And somebody that I worked, he was like the cube, but like ahead but across from me. And he was coming back from lunch. I was so embarrassed because I'm not a cute crier. I'm an ugly crier. It was like like tears and snot, and you know how you're talking, you can feel the saliva lines in your mouth. It was so ugly. But he saw me and he was like, "Are you okay?" And of course my eyes are like bloodshot red.
Yeah.
I just look like a creature at this point. And he's just like, and so I was like, I don't understand why they don't respect me here. And I'm trying to do my like, it was so much. And I will say that I did have some people that were advocating for me. I did have people who did treat me with respect, but it's hard to work somewhere where you're just like, I'm giving you 210% because that's the type of person I am. That's the type of person I have to be.
Yeah.
And you're treating me like I'm giving you 2%. So that's pretty much been my corporate experience where I'm feeling like often I'm being left out to dry. And if I'm saying, you know, hey, this is something that I need to be successful, I'm kind of getting brushed to the side, and I'm left in a position which is awful for me because I'm a perfectionist, that I'm like, either you're going to get me this resource so I can do my job and continue to do my job well, or you're not, and this is all going to come crashing down and it's going to look like I can't perform. And so that's been very difficult. But I want to ask you, with your mental health, because mine definitely imploded about 2018. How have you been navigating working, knowing the mental health hurdles that you have?
So I was very close to requesting an HR accommodation, just because I felt like I was losing all types of control of myself, my emotions. I had a full-blown breakdown at work. It was silent, but it was full-blown.
Yeah.
And I hit that bottom and I was like, man, I need help. I don't know how to communicate my needs. I don't even know if my needs will ever be able to get met in this place that I'm in. So let me do some research and see what HR says.
Okay.
And basically, it was like the ADA disability accommodations that they could provide, but like it would be, I don't know, getting a lock on my door so I can lock people out of my space. You know, like it just wasn't any. I was just like, is there paid time off? Like there's
So it sounds like there weren't accommodations for mental health.
yeah, it was very few and far between.
Yeah.
Because when I brought it up, they were like, "Oh, do you mean like disability?" And I was like, "Sure." What are your disability accommodations?
Yeah.
Oh, you need documentation from, you know, and that and this and that. And if you need like aromatherapy candles in your office, then we could put that in. And I'm like, bro, what?
How is that supposed to? I can light candles at home. Well, let me go home.
Really, what I was looking for was it's FMLA. It's like this family pay time off type of situation. Some jobs allow you to use that time for mental health reasons.
Yeah.
And I have a set amount of hours that I have pay time off. I have 80 hours for a whole year. Angry about that. But anyway, that's it. That's my cap.
Yeah.
So I'm inquiring about this FMLA stuff. I hope that's the right acronym. I don't want to sound like an idiot. But I'm inquiring about it. And they're just like, yeah, no, that does not apply to you at all. You can't do that. And I'm just, it's like, you go to these jobs, they give these seminars about stress and how to handle things and how to talk to people, but the resources fall short so often of actually helping you.
Yep.
And it's just like, these talks are cool, but what are we doing about it? Like, when are we going to stop talking and start doing something about it? Because the field that I'm in, the suicide rate is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it. Suicide and alcoholism. Why do we have to wait until it gets to that point for there to be any type of change?
Right.
We already know the statistics. We got the data in front of us, but we still are so behind when it comes to accommodating people and their mental health in the workplace. It's frustrating.
And it ends up being the responsibility of the person with the mental health issues to try to forge their own path to get help. I know for me personally with my my job, I felt really caught in the middle of am I just not a good worker?
Yeah.
Can I not work anymore?
That's that imposter syndrome.
Yeah. And so like, you know, I'm talking to a coworker and he's very much like, I understand what you're going through. Like you need to take some time. And then, you know, me feeling like I can't take time and me feeling like I still have to prove that I can work, that I can, you know, be a contributing member of the team.
Yeah.
And I'm just burning myself out. Like people are coming up and asking me questions and I'm like, why are you giving, like, like I'm snapping on people. I legitimately did that at work once and like, it was one person that I was really not fond of. He just made my work experience so difficult every day. And I was just like, why do you exist here? Like you are really bothering my entire soul. Yeah. And for the longest time I didn't understand, but I don't work with him no more. So blessings. Thank you, universe. But
falling in my lap.
It was between him, another person on the team that has always been very nice, very, very funny. Knows like everything.
Yeah.
And there was this conversation happening where I said that I needed some time because I felt overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And the conversation didn't stop. They stopped including me in the conversation, but they were both still standing right behind me talking. So now I feel like I can't focus on what I'm doing because this conversation is still happening. I feel like I have to pay attention, even though they're like, oh no, we're going to talk. It was just, and I snapped. I left and I went and took a break. I came back. My boss was like, are you okay? I said, no, I need to go home.
Clearly
and
not.
I was allowed to go home. But I felt embarrassed, even though I know that I got overwhelmed. I know exactly mentally what happened and what triggered me and what I can do for next time. But I still went home feeling guilty because I'm just like, I didn't finish my day work.
Yeah.
I didn't do what I'm being paid to do. And so like you, I had that moment where I'm like, do I need to go ahead and go to HR?
Yeah.
And go, hey, look, I have, you know, major depressive disorder. I need some more leeway. Sometimes I can't be around other people. Like, look, I have anxiety. high stress situations for me, I would rather be siloed off to a separate place, so that I could work through those anxieties instead of being bombarded with people. Because I pretty much work on a line.
Yeah.
So everybody can come up, and I don't have a cubicle. I don't have an office. So anybody can come up and just start talking to you. And so with me being an introvert on top of my mental health issues, I feel like everybody always has access to me. And so I don't have that opportunity or that ability to be like, hey,
to isolate yourself. I need a
too
break.
Much energy. I've been talking to people all day. I even have people who not on my team who just come up and start telling me all their business. And I'm just like, I know I have a face that says, tell me all about yourself and your life.
But don't.
But please don't.
Just don't.
'Cause I get tired. I want to go eat. I be downstairs trying to eat. I'm dancing and stuff in the cafeteria because I'm like, yeah, it's time to eat. People are like, oh, you look happy. I don't want to talk. I just want to eat. Please just pretend I don't exist. So if I could have a superpower, invisibility off jump.
So what are your thoughts on, like, I guess, informing your employer that you have mental health problems?
I think this is something I definitely plan to do going forward if I ever leave the job or the company that I work for right now. I do plan to put that at the forefront because my worry about having an episode or having any issues with that is that I don't want it to seem like an afterthought.
Yeah.
I don't want it to seem like I'm making an excuse. So if I tell you up front, like, hey, look, you know, these are the things that I'm currently doing to make sure I'm okay. These are things that have been proving to work for me.
Yeah.
But this is a thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't want people to have to be like, oh,
you're a porcelain doll.
We have a difficult case.
Can I pinch your cheek? Are you able to get that pinch?
You coffee? Like, I don't want that, but I do want people to be aware that when I actually say, and I've always been a big proponent of listen to me when I say something. Yeah. When I say, look, I need space right now, or I need some time to work through these tasks. Yeah. Give me my space and give me my time. That's the thing I want to, especially being women in the workforce. It's so often that's like, okay, but it's just going to take a second. No. I've already said I need space.
I said no.
Get away from me. Yeah. And I will get to you as soon as I can. I promise. So that's kind of where I stand. I feel like it's safer to do it than to not, just in case something does happen. Or even if you get triggered by a death in your family or something, that's on paper. So when you go to somebody going, I need time, they go, oh, looks like you, yep, okay, yeah, we can do that for you.
Yeah, I think that giving your employer a heads up, I've always been apprehensive about it because I didn't want to be
like stigmatized.
Yeah. Because it's very much not understood. Like the more we talk about mental health and start the conversation, the less we decrease the stigma. But there's still so much ignorance out there. So like if I tell my employer I have depression, like I was diagnosed by a doctor, my depression manifests its ways in various ways. Yeah. But when I am particularly going through it, isolation is best. Right. Can I work from home? You know, that was a conversation I was afraid to have because I feel like in the position I'm in, people would just look at me and be like, oh, well, that's part of the job. It's stressful. Everybody's stressed. Who cares?
Yeah. And that's the frustrating part is like stress is different than depression. Yeah. Like I can be stressed out. I don't like being stressed out.
I don't like being stressed at all.
But even at my worst, when I'm super stressed, I shut down. Yeah. I just don't want to talk. Like I will still work. I will still take care of all the things that I need to take care of. I just need you to give me some space. But that coupled with depression, because then you're hypersensitive to everything. You're like, okay, am I being mean? Am I being rude? Am I being short with people? Do I need to smile more? Like you're trying to make sure everybody around you is comfortable.
Except you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like that's different than stress. If I'm stressed, I don't care about your comfort. I'm stressed. You can be stressed too. Go away. Yeah. When I'm depressed though, I'm just like, I'm going through a hard time and I just don't want what I'm going through to affect you. And I'm trying to be here for the team. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's very different. But my hope is that, you know, with I'm gonna double tap on the corona thing is that my hope is that there are corporations that are seeing the value, and it's not even just, people that need space, but people who need community too,
Yeah.
because Corona affected people.
Extroverts were hit.
Yeah,
They were like,
they were struggling.
this is death. Death is me. All die.
So it's just like, people are like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. And my extrovert friends are like, I just want this to be over so bad.
Really miss you.
And I'm just like, oh, I can't relate. But I miss you too, but stay over there. So like, my hope is that with, some of that comes out of the Corona conversations, that, people have different mental health needs, and that we can accommodate these things and people's work still get done.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we see some positive change.
I don't know, but if I gotta tear a place, no, I'm just kidding. I won't. But definitely advocating for yourself is super, super important.
Yes, you have to, because nobody else will.
Don't let your job kill you. Don't let your job kill you, because if you drop dead, they're gonna be putting out a new hire immediately. So yeah, don't do it to yourself.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. 5 seconds is so long. Hey.
Oh, you waiting on me?
I was waiting for you to say.
I wasn't timing. Okay, so. All right, so we are now entering our safe space. Safe space. So do we have any listeners?
Yeah, so we asked y'all
we asked y'all questions.
What is bothering you at work?
Yeah, what is grinding your gears at work?
What's heating your underbelly?
That sound like some pork belly.
Sounds like bacon.
It sound like Korean barbecue. Hey, honey pig. All right.
So we only got a few, but it's cool. I mean, I'm sure this is universal for everybody.
Yeah. Get in there. What they say?
So
friend?
one person said, let's call her Piglet. So Piglet said,
"Hey, Piglet,
trying to focus like the world isn't in a crisis, bro. Like, pretending like there isn't a pandemic outside is the most frustrating."
Or civil rights movement. Like murder hornets. I don't know. Cicadas are coming back. It's a lot that's happening.
And it makes your work seem so meaningless.
It does. Like why am I here?
Yeah, like, this is stupid. Why am I looking up case law?
Like, I definitely remember I once had prime real estate at a job. I had a cubicle right next to the window, which was great in a sense because I could see the world, and I was like, okay, I'm not just in a box. This is cool. But then I'd be looking out the window like, why am I here?
Yep.
What is this life? They're doing riots in Baltimore. This was, a few years back.
Yeah.
They're doing riots in Baltimore, and I'm sitting at a desk.
Trash.
I want to go play. It's like that SpongeBob meme. Like, Squidward's inside, and he sees SpongeBob and Patrick outside running around. Yeah, that's how it feels. It's just like, I wanna be part of the world, because you're not part of the world when you're working. You're just not. You are a robot.
Work is its own separate world, and it doesn't feel like it should be like a speck in reality, but it is, and it's just this inconvenient thing that we have to do.
It's like a hyperbolic time chamber.
Okay.
That's for the DBZ fans.
Okay.
It's like a hyperbolic time chamber. You go in there and you just do all your training and you do all the work you got to do, and then you come out and you're like, ew, this is the planet? Nasty. So, Piglet, I feel you. I feel you, Piglet, because it's hard out there. I think, I don't know, best thing you can do is try to ground yourself.
Yeah.
Keep nice things in your office space.
Yeah.
That don't make you feel like you're in an alternate dimension.
I have some crystals. I don't really believe in crystal powers, but I have them anyway.
Oh, you have pistachio too.
I have pistachio, my plant. He's a growing boy.
He is.
He needs a new pot.
Nice little handsome guy.
Oh, pistachio. I also have some pops of Agretzko. because
yeah.
she too hates her job.
Yeah, that's my
And-
girl.
All of her expressions, like throughout the series,
No overtime. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes,
just the
girl.
angry,
Except I be doing overtime.
the sad,
Yeah.
the chainsaw she has holding. I have those pops in my office, just to show people my mood, how I interpret this environment that I have to be in to pay bills, and I'm not to be messed with. So
I don't have space to really bring in anything. I choose to bring in snacks. That's what I do with the little space that I have. And I'm really not supposed to be eating in there, but oops. Anyways, I do actually print out memes at work and tape them to my cubby.
oh, that's so cute.
And then I can look up and go, hee ha hee. So that's how I get through that. But just keep some fun stuff in your little area, Piglet, to keep you grounded.
Yep, for sure. And we got one more. Let's call this person King Triton.
King Triton.
That was beautiful. Dum-dum. Okay, so King Triton said, what's been bothering him at work? Trying to juggle and manage all the projects at once.
Bro.
You know all about that.
Bro. I have a management position. And I don't manage people because I'm a team of one. And it's really funny because they'd be like, oh, this team. And I'm like, you mean me? Say it with your chest. It's just me. Anyways. I think being in management in general is very stressful. Whether you're a highly organized person or not, it can just be very stressful because you have so many moving parts all the time. And that is exactly my job. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. So just take breaks. If you got your little Fitbit and your Fitbit tells you, hey, fat fatty, you've been sitting down too long. You need to take 250 steps. That's what mine tells me. Then get up, take, your steps, take a walk, get yourself some water, get a snack. I've actually been debating taking like a full lunch in the middle of the day, just so I can give my brain a break. Because when you're very committed to your job and doing well, and you have to manage things, and everybody's on their own little time schedule, I definitely had a fallout with somebody at work about when I needed something. So it was awkward. I didn't mean to be mean. I think I was on accident, but I explained myself. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is everybody has their own little time schedule too. So, sometimes people are like, oh, yes, I'm going to get this to you after lunch. And you're like, I need it yesterday, though.
Are you a planner person?
I am a super planner person.
Okay.
And I do not like surprises in work. It throws me off my game immediately. I have my whole process. I'm like, cool. I get all my stuff throughout the week. On Friday at noon, I cut everything off. Don't send me no more stuff. It's not going next week, so don't send me nothing. Monday, I send the list of what we gonna discuss. And then Tuesday, I send the list again and we discuss it. I'll have you know.
Yes.
That there are some people who be like, Monday morning, sorry I didn't get this to you Friday before noon. But this is how we do things. And why would you do this to me? Because you throwing me on my game. Like, I know I'm starting to add this. Sometimes I do, but it just really throws me off. Like, I plan things to the T.
I am in a position where I can't plan anything because, like, stuff just falls apart at the last minute at my job. Or, like, people don't show up.
Oh.
Or, like, gosh, I'm trying to filter myself so I don't out myself where I work.
Oh no, girl! I'm in rare form today. It's probably because I ain't been in there. But,
you took a break. Yeah, I just whenever I try to plan stuff at work, it blows up in my face. So I've taken the active role in not planning anything. That annoys the people that I work with because they're very type A, very organized.
That's kind of how you go through life, though.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing from the sideline. It gives me my internal voice is just screaming
in the moment,
entire time.
It's very anxiety inducing, but honestly, I hate being disappointed.
Yes,
and planning disappoints me often in certain environments that I'm in. So I decide not to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, management, we can't really do that. But
One day when I am a manager, I will have to change my ways. But yeah.
see, I just manage policies. And some people pop up, they be like, hey, why we do this? I'm not here to answer why questions. I'm here to answer hows. So you got a how question. I got you.
So that goes into our next question where somebody answered, next safe space, I guess. I should say it right. Somebody was like, what's bothering me at work is when people don't stay in their lane.
Beep, beep. Do you sign my checks? Because if you don't, shh. Oh, I had one person like that ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, yo.
Mind your words.
It took a lot in me because I feel like I'm a really nice person.
Yes.
I'm not always super bubbly at work. I have to be honest. What you hear on this podcast is not really how I am at work unless I've not had sleep.
Yeah.
Or I've had way too much sugar and caffeine. Otherwise, hey, good morning. And I do my job. I don't even speak to people when I come in. I know that's really rude, but I'm still not awake. I've only been awake probably an hour max by the time I get to work. And I'm still firing up, you know. But I did have this one person. And they was asking me a lot of questions. And I was like, did, insert boss name here, need these answers? Oh, no, I just wanted to know. Oh, this for you? Okay, well, I got work to do. I just was like, nah, I'm not for it. I'm a team player. I like to help people out. But if you trying to clock me.
Oh, yeah.
We don't do that here. I don't appreciate it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Because I will get really passive aggressive. I believe that I'm a very great worker and I do my job. So if you start asking me about things and clocking me on stuff that is not my job, we have a problem. How about you, friend?
Fighting my words. Okay. So basically, I have a situation where I am micromanaged by somebody that doesn't sign my checks. And, you know, a lot of times it's tested my patience. It's tested my religion. Because I was like, wow, the devil must be real. It is in you.
He's working.
But I just like, I don't know. The best thing I could do is just ignore it. Like, not pay it too much energy, not pay it too much mind. Because if I do, then everything will get under my skin and I won't be able to do my work. I go to work to do my job and leave. That's it. Can't ask me to do anything more than that.
I will say practical application. That actually worked for me. It was at a point where I had 3 or 4 people that I reported to. It was a very confusing time for me. But I was in a very highly visible role.
Okay.
And not just within my company, but with another company we were working with. So if I made a mistake, it was bold and red, underlined, italicized, in all caps.
Emphasize.
Like it was out there. Like you could clearly see my mistake. So, but I had and I had a lot of work. It was so much work.
Yeah.
Staring at spreadsheets all day. When I have a lot of work to do, I am like face to the computer. Don't talk to me. I'm not eating. Yeah. Like I'm like, I got to get this done. I'm doing it. So I had people who would come in and be like, oh, I need you to do this right now. And I'm like, I'm working on this. And so I got real stressed out because I'm like, I got 4 people who I report to who are all telling me that different things are priority. What'd I do? Called my mom and cried. But after that, though, I would work on whatever I was working on. Say, you know, boss A was like, hey, I need you to go give me a cup of coffee. That never happened, but I'm going to just keep it simple. I would be like, okay. So I go to the machine and start getting the coffee. And boss C come up and be like, hey, I need you to go get me a muffin from downstairs. Oh, I'm getting boss A a cup of coffee, but if the muffin is high priority, can you speak with boss A and let him know so that I can switch my roles accordingly? So essentially what you do is you take yourself out of the middle of having to be that deciding factor on whether I listen to this person or do this thing that they're asking me to do, and you put it back on the people in charge.
Yeah.
So they can argue with each other. I'm a lower level aunt. I go out and I get the food crumbs and I bring it back home. I don't make decisions on where we getting food crumbs from. They tell me go over here, I go over there. They tell me get that thing, I get that thing. Don't be asking me to make decisions.
No, that's a really good strategy. Like I might use that because I am actively trying not to catch a case in my job, and it is. You can change it.
Touch me, baby. Give me what you got.
Sorry for your ears.
We're musical people. Sorry.
But yeah, no, I definitely am in situations where, you know, this micromanaging person tries to assume this managerial role and my actual boss has no idea she's instructing me to do all these extra things.
Yeah.
And these extra things causes extra stress, and that makes me extra pissed.
Extra.
So
extra go. We're not sponsored.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just be like, okay, well, you know, does the boss actually need me to do this? Because I'm currently doing this for the boss, and adding things on my to-do list will take away time for the things I need to do for the boss.
Right.
So yeah, I'll try it out and see how it works. It might cause some problems, but I'm gonna try it in the most respectful way possible.
Hopefully, it causes problems that are not in your court.
Yeah.
A lot of things at work, I think, have been, at least what I've learned in my poor experiences as a worker and crying a lot to my mama. Mama, why did you do this to me, mama? It's been like trying to deflect things and take responsibility off my plate when it's not mine.
Yeah.
I stress about every freaking thing. So when things don't go properly, even when it's out of my control, I stress about it because if I feel like it's in my wheelhouse, I get like super, oh my goodness, everything's on fire.
No.
So I have to find ways to go, okay, girl, is this your actual problem?
Yeah.
Is this actually your responsibility to figure out? Because if it's not, pass the buck. Pass the buck. Pass it. Pass it. Pass it. Sorry, we're so musical today.
Yeah, sorry about that. It might be irritating, especially that one part where I tried to hit a high note and I didn't.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
The Cosmos was pleased.
Okay, support.
I'll be out here for my twin. Okay. All right. But is that all of our safe space?
Yeah, that's all of our safe spaces. So,
so we got to trigger them now?
Yeah, we got to trigger you for the next episode, y'all. Trigger warning. So the next episode, we're going to be talking about relationships with a partner. And specifically, we're going to be focused on communication.
Really got to stop singing everything I'm saying today.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oops.
You sound good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
My comrade.
Comrade, sound good, bruv. Bruv, you sound so good, bruv.
Thanks, bruv.
Bruv.
You're so supportive, bruv.
Oh, we're going to get canceled, bruv.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, we had a good run. Was this episode 3?
Thank you for all the 2 people that listen.
Thank you, guys. Anybody who out there listening who got us on like replay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Just keep that replay button on throughout the night. You know?
Honestly.
Maybe we could get sponsored one day. Maybe we could pay some bills. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe, because I got bills to pay.
I have bills. I also want a dog. That's expensive.
I want a cat. I want a little kitty.
You want a little kitty?
I want a little kitty to love and hold. Okay. We got past the trigger warning.
Yeah. But, that's what we're talking about next. We're talking about communication and relationships.
Yeah. So we just gonna bring that heat a little bit. So
all right, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay black.
Stay black. Stay kind.
Stay excellent.
Be kind to yourself and to others.
And to others. And remember,
Remember,
life is a beach.
Yes, she is.
that doesn't stay in her lane.
Doesn't stay in her lane and want to ask you questions when you on your break.
Okay, twin.
Sorry. Sorry. Trigger.
So don't let that bitch ruin your day.
Yeah, ignore her.
Ignore her.
Unless it's work related.
Yeah.
Then do your job.
Do your job.
Like you do. You queen and king out there.
Royalty.
Yeah.
Dynasty.
Royalty of the cosmos.
Legacy. Okay,
This
I'm done.
beautiful galaxies.
I'm done, bro.
Okay, bruv.
All right, bro.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Galaxy.
See you next week.
Y'all come back now.